Hello and welcome to another Canguro English Daily Digest. My name is Christian and I am 40 years old. It was my birthday on Saturday. I turned 40 and so I have been alive for 4 decades on this planet. Amazing. So first I just want to say thank you to everybody who sent me birthday wishes and messages and emails and it was very kind. It's always so humbling and so moving to have so many people from all over the world just being so kind and generous. So thank you. It made my day, really. So yesterday I decided to celebrate my first day of being 40 by doing a workout. And I did that because, well, like normally on the day after my birthday I would probably be hungover and tired but no, yesterday I did some weights and I did it because a few years ago, mentally and physically, I was not healthy at all. I was in a bad condition mentally and physically, and so now that I have slowly every day becoming better, I will never take it for granted. So for me, like, being healthy is kind of a gift, something you have to work at, though, right? Anyway, what I really want to say is, if you are not yourself, if you're not happy, mentally or physically, if you're not in a good place mentally or physically, then I want to say 2 things. The first thing is that it will get better. It can get better, right? You can improve your mental health and your physical health. And the second thing is, ask for help. Go and find help, because you can change your life. Anyway, that's it. That was a bit serious, right? Next thing is the Fluentify course. I hope. No guarantees, okay? No guarantees, but I hope that the course will start this week. I hope. So if you have enrolled in the course, then you will receive an email with a link to start the course. And I hope it will be this week. Maybe it won't be. There's lots of things, technical things and content things, so we'll see, but I hope. So let's talk about word of the day. Word of the day is a fantastic word. Now, if you are interested in health and fitness, which I'm not, but if you are like a fitness fanatic, then maybe you know about something called the paleo diet. Or it's also called the caveman diet or the hunter-gatherer diet. It's like basically where you eat food like we did when we were Neanderthals, right? So you eat lots of nuts and seeds and fruit and berries. Hey! and so this diet is also called the foraging diet, because there's a word in English, to forage, which means to go out and pick food, right? So you go out and you forage for apples, or you forage for fruit and nuts, which is different from hunting, you see, because you're not killing anything, right? And this comes from the French word fourrier. Maybe you know, if you speak French, fourrier, which is hay. So hay is a type of food, right, for animals. And then so you forage for the food. Now, when you go out and you forage for the food, you have to go into new territories. You have to go into new places. You have to go out and make a foray. So it's the same root. The word for forage, which is to go out and find food, and foray are related. Okay, so foray means to enter into new territory, to go out and to explore new places. Now, originally, it was not a metaphor. Originally, it was literally, you would go to a new place and you would kill the people that you found, right? Because, you know, back in medieval times, people were quite brutal. So to make a foray was to go and raid a village and raid them and plunder and kill and pillage. It was bad. But now foray is normally, I would say 90% of the time, maybe 99% of the time, foray is a metaphor. So, for example, I'm an English teacher, but I could make a foray into fashion. And become a supermodel. Or I could make a foray into the world of technology, or make a foray into teaching Spanish, for example. Hey, do you want to say hello? Say hello to everybody. Say hello. Hey, was it Daddy's birthday?
Yeah.
And how old was Daddy? Do you remember? You don't know? Do you remember? Was Daddy 10? Was Daddy 5? Was Daddy a million?
No.
What about 40? Was Daddy 40? Yeah. What was I talking about? Yes, so to make a foray is to move into a new area. And you see, I'm trying to tell a story here, right? So we started with health and fitness, and then we moved into foraging and forays, and now I'm talking about a foray that I want to make. I want to make a foray into a new area, which is, no, because we're going to go in the other room, okay? I want to make a foray into a new area, which is the idea of teaching English based on the natural sequence of acquisition. Okay, this is a new idea. Well, maybe not new, but it's an idea in linguistics that we learn languages in a very specific order. So first you learn, basic verbs like have and want and, and then you learn basic verbs and then basic nouns, and then you learn more advanced structures, okay? And there are people who study these natural sequence of acquisition. And I'm very interested in creating some learning materials around this sequence. It makes sense. And in a previous video, I talked about non-semantic primes. Okay, so these are basic concepts that exist in all languages of the world. Concepts like need, love, concepts like, I can't remember the concepts, but they exist. And then 2 days ago, I discovered some research by very famous research. Yeah, I gotta go in here. Very famous research by I can't remember the names of the guys. Hang on a sec, I'll tell you. Famous research by Berlin and Kay. Okay, so Berlin and Kay were who were they? Were they linguists, or I don't know if they were linguists. No, they were anthropologists. So they were two anthropologists, and they wrote a book called Basic Color Terms, Their Universality and Evolution. And this is really fascinating. So they looked at 20 different languages from all over the world, from different language families. Okay, so some Semitic languages and some Indo-European languages, and right? And they discovered that languages invent words for colors in a very specific order. So it starts with black and white. So if a language has words for color, it's always black and white. And then the next one is always red. And then the next one is always green or yellow. So here is the specific order, right, of acquisition of languages, right? Here, so First we have red, then either green or yellow, then both green and yellow, then blue, then brown, then purple, pink, orange, and grey. Now it's really fascinating because it's really fascinating because it's more evidence that we have this sort of natural way, natural order of things that we need to learn. And so this is another part of the basis of teaching people in a specific order. So we start with some concepts and then add some colors, and then that's going to be my new foray after I finish the Fluentify course. So anyway, thank you again for your birthday wishes. Thank you for supporting me. The course will start soon. I'm super excited about it, and that's it. So I'm Christian. This is Canguro English. I'll see you in class.